think the more we're exposed, the more we're fulfilling the message that we're trying to relay here. I'm more nervous doing this in front of you guys.
6, 7. Take them off! 1, 2, 3.
We're going fully out.
3, 4, 6, 7.
The Full Monty.
Oh, yes. I think I'm going to love this show. Next month, a daring group of male celebrities will be bearing it all in a new 2-hour special called The Real Full Monty. The show, which can be seen right here on Fox 5, is meant to actually raise awareness and strip the stigma around prostate, testicular, and colorectal cancer.
Stars will be stripping down both physically and emotionally, sharing their own stories of how cancer has impacted their lives, and it's all happening in front of a live studio audience. But first, they join us right here, at least a couple of stars who are in it. Taye Diggs, Tyler Posey, thank you both for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, so before we get into why you did this, explain exactly the premise, because in the end, you're in front of a live audience, but it's a 2-hour show. So, Taye, explain to everybody what happens.
We get followed almost in like a docu-series kind of style. They show us coming together, discussing the common bonds we have with cancer.
Choreography.
Exactly, and then we started the choreography of this strip dance, and then the closer we got to the performance date, you know, we were on stage, and then we actually we went through the entire process. So it was way more than I expected.
In what way?
In that I thought I was just doing a favor for a friend for a good cause. But the way Mandy Moore operated with us, and she really managed to get deep inside us and reveal, you know, how important it is to let people know that it's a thing that we all should do as far as getting checked. We've all been touched by cancer in a very specific and personal way, so that bond brought us together. And then you add the choreography and, you know, the practice and the stress, and it was a lot. It was a very emotional kind of experience.
Tyler, what drew you into doing something like this?
Well, you wanted to work with Taye Diggs, right?
Yeah, I really wanted to work with
Besides that.
Taye Diggs.
So,
Besides that,
but
was
after
the one
that.
and only. Everything about it. There was nothing that couldn't make me say no to wanting to do this. My mom passed away about 10 years ago from cancer, and ever since then, I've been trying to find my voice of inspiration in that realm. I've been honest on social media. I've tied myself to different charities. Everything was great, but I still was hungry for something else. How else can I make an impact? How can I tell people to go get checked and screened in an impactful way? And the idea of this show popped up and was offered to me, and I was like, that's it. That's part of my journey here and what I want to do, you know. And
so it's emotional.
It's extremely emotional, but we cut it with comedy and lighthearted.
It was emotional for us. For the audience, they're just gonna have fun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because you guys have to
relive and get
take it
exposed.
all.
You can say it's strip.
Yes.
You should say it out loud.
a couple times. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just wondering, how far do you go? Because I need another reason to watch the show.
The entire way. We go all the way. And as actors,
yes,
well, we're used to nude scenes, right?
Right.
But famous sock.
There's a famous sock. Yeah. That was my first question on the phone call. I was like, oh, this is a great show. There's a sock, right? No sock.
No sock.
No sock.
I was petrified.
Yeah, right?
I'm much older. I've been in a lot of things. I'm very famous. I was petrified for the first time, and I was off. You know what I mean? Because very rarely, I've never been asked to be completely naked on stage in front of people watching.
Full frontal in front of live people.
Yeah, if you want to say it like that, you want to remind me?
Okay, there you go.
That's cool. Trauma's real, but at the end of the day, it was like if there's any time to do this, it would be for this cause.
Right, it's for a good cause.
Exactly.
Now I'm just wondering, you guys, I'm going to give you a little chance to kind of warm up. I want you to be right for when this goes on TV. And I just feel like you may need some practice before the live show. You know what I mean? Is there choreography?
Oh, yes.
Did you get the dance down?
We did. It was a lot of rehearsal.
Could you show Kurt the dance? Because Kurt is
You always bring me in and Kurt's not doing it. Look, those of us that are eye candy, Taye, you know, like, we have to live this every day, so we should let Tyler do it. You know, let him get a little exposure. No pun intended there.
Wow, there's a lot of puns. There's a lot of innuendos going on.
You've done this on, like, OnlyFans and your social media, so you're used to not maybe showing that much, but put it out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tyler, just warm up. Just warm it up a little. What I'd like to see is you and Kurt doing like a little...
Well, we all have fantasies in life. That doesn't mean they're coming true.
One thing. Okay, so the audience is that way.
Oh, this way?
Yes, the audience is that way.
You wonder why I don't like you, don't you?
I need you to focus. I need you to focus. This is choreography focus.
This is just before. Hold on. Yes, the hat. Where did you get this? This is amazing. Here, take this. This is just before the last number, which is
tick tock, tick tock.
She magically has props.
Can we please stop the talking and get to moving? Get to moving.
Okay.
You're covering
5, 6, 7.
You do one little shake to the left.
To the left.
One to the right.
To the right.
One to the left. And then you turn this way, and on the last hit, you throw the hat.
All right. There we go.
As long as I'm fully dressed, I can do this. As long as I'm fully dressed, I can do this.
Let's see it repeated.
All right,
let's
here we
go.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Left, right, left.
Turn around and hat.
Reveal.
All right. Very good.
It's kind of hard to Christmas music to do this, though. But now I've got it. Can I say I participated in the partial Monty?
Absolutely not.
This was so much fun.
No, it wasn't.
Next time, no clothes. You're not allowed back unless you have no clothes on.
All right, it airs December 9th right here on Fox. It's a 2-hour special. For a good cause, it's a good time. Always good to see you both. I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, Tyler Posey. I'm just kidding. I'm not that kind of girl.
That ship has sailed, brother, let me tell you.
Skies are blue. Skies are blue. Clouds are white. The bright, blessed day. The dark, secret night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
It's like emotional just listening to that clip,
I'm going to start crying.
Louis Armstrong was a national music icon. His contributions to radio, television, and film played a pivotal role in shaping entertainment culture for so many decades.
We just saw Tony winner James Monroe Iglehart. He stars in and co-directed the new show, A Wonderful World, the Louis Armstrong Musical. The actor says it's been an eye-opening experience. James Monroe Iglehart, nice to have you on
Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you.
You know, you have a beautiful voice. You don't sound like Louis Armstrong in person.
No.
But how do you channel that voice, because it was so distinctive?
You know, it was really about studying. It was really about studying and listening. He has so many recordings of not just him singing, but also him talking. And just being able to really kind of like tap into that was really, really fun. I won't lie.
So tell us about the show. Is it one of those jukebox musicals that kind of tells the story of his life that leads into a song?
Yes, we use his music to tell his story through 4 chapters. And he was married 4 times, from one time he was 18 all the way to when he was like 44. And we tell the story through his different wives that go through his lifetime.
You know, Rosanna mentioned that you said you found it eye-opening. In what way?
I found it eye-opening because a lot of the things that I go through as an entertainer, I just never thought that Louis would go through. I just, I thought not that it was easy for him in any way, shape, or form, but a lot of the things that a lot of African-American men think now, he was thinking way back then. Like that moment of like you being in 2 different worlds. It's like, I speak a certain way, I perform a certain way, so the white folks love me. And all of a sudden the black folks are looking at me like, well, are you really black? But then you say something political to really speak out for your people, and then the white people go, oh my God, you're black now. And the black people are like, well, finally, it's just weird living in these 2 worlds. And also this man who was, as he was changing music, the people who didn't want him to change it were upset with him. And then as he would like sit back in the music, all the new kids were like, oh, you're old school. So he was living in always in these 2 worlds. And it was very interesting because I was like, I totally understand that way of thinking.
Why do you understand it?
Well, when you are an African-American man doing musical theater, you're living in two worlds. Because it's...
And you're from like the Oakland area,
yeah,
too,
I'm
right?
from the Bay,
Yeah.
you know, so it's like, my friend just goes like, man, why are you singing that kind of music? I'm like, well, I enjoy it. I mean, just because I enjoy DMX doesn't mean I don't enjoy Stephen Sondheim.
Right.
You know, so you can live in both places, and having to find yourself within yourself and being okay with that. And I think that's one of the things that I love about our show. Our show is about choices. We say jazz is about the choices you make in between the notes, and it really is about the choices you make in life. And if you are okay with the choices that you have made in life, then you've had a wonderful world.
Yeah.
You look at it as like, not, oh, I wish I could have done this, I wish I could have done that. No, no, no. Are you okay with the choices you made? And if you're okay with it, forget what everybody else says. Are you okay with those choices? And if you are, then your life has been fabulous.
I love it.
You brought up A Wonderful World. What a beautiful song. Every time I
yes.
hear it, I want to cry.
Same here.
Do you cry like during the show? Like
Yeah, I do. It's an emotional tune, and it's hard not to. It's hard not to look at the world you want to see. It's hard not to look at the world you're in. It's hard not to look at the world that you have had. So especially now at this age, I'm 50 years old, and I think about my grandkids, and I think about my wife and my kids. I think about my family, my friends, where the world is now, and I just go, you know what? I have to look at this world, at the world that I know it can be and what it will be eventually. And you know, and even now, it's a wonderful world. You can't look at the negative. You've got to look at the love and the music you make with your life. I know that sounds metaphorical, but that's honestly the truth.
But it's a great thought, great spirit. You know, one of the things that you mentioned earlier about how this play is seen through the lives of his four wives in a way. You're the opposite. I mean, you married like your high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
You've been married for
22 years.
20, you got grandkids and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's the one area you can't identify with.
No. The fun thing is, my wife used to tease me. I can say this now because she loves teasing me. She was like, you know, before I met you, you was a dog, and I was like, yeah, it's true. Still just barking. So I kind of understand. You know, people are like, what did Louis want in life? Louis wanted to play good music. He wanted to, you know, smoke a little bit and have a little fun with the ladies. So that part I do understand. I got myself together, yes.
Okay.
But that part I understood.
How do you keep yourself together? Because we talked briefly about the voice, and he had such a deep voice. And
Gravelly,
gravelly,
too.
Very gravelly, yeah.
So does that play havoc with your throat?
No, because my wonderful vocal coach, Derek Rosenblatt, we've come up with a phrase coming, doing something, healthily doing something that's unhealthy. Finding the right way. So with my warm-up and my warm-down, and also really I kind of live like a hermit. As much as I love to go out with my friends and everything, with this particular show, once the show is over, I have to shut it down. So on my days off, I'm literally at home doing nothing. My wife and I just relax and chill, you know, and I also see my ENT. I have a wonderful ENT, Dr. Rosemary Deloge. I see her twice a month to make sure my cords are okay. So we have like a nice regimen of what I'm supposed to do to make sure I'm all right.
It's like doing morning television. He's a hermit. You go home and go to bed.
No, seriously, that's it. That's what my life is.
And also, you co-directed it, so we should give you credit for that as well.
Thank you very much.
It's getting rave reviews. It started already?
Yes, we opened November 11th, and we are open. And I have to give credit to Chris Renshaw, our director, who also was the conceiver of the show, and Christina Soja, who did the show with me. She's also Saju, excuse me, she's going to kill me. Christina Saju, she's the other co-director, and she's fabulous, by the way. She's also going to be in Othello, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It's
she's
playing
going to be in
Studio
Othello.
54.
Yes.
You can catch it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you guys as well.